Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It was raining earlier today, but the skies have cleared and CC Sabathia will shine through. It's a marquee matchup. The Yankees against the Twins here at the big ballpark in the Bronx as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Minnesota Twins against the New York Yankees in Game 2 of a 4-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay. Well, yesterday the Yankees used the template that they might use a lot this year. They got 6 innings from the starter. They got some power to get some runs, and then they went to their bullpen. The Yankee bullpen is so good this year. John, you could say that the game is really a 6-inning game.
Well, it really is. If you're a starter for this New York Yankee club, if you throw 5 or 6 innings, you will feel pretty good about your chances. Jabba Chamberlain pitched in the 7th. After the game last night, Joe Girardi said that might be a consistent thing this year, and he had a nice, clean 7th inning. Rafael Soriano came on in the 8th. This is what he was signed to do, set up for Mariano Rivera, and he is not disappointed through 2 games. A perfectly located fastball, another one right down the middle. Justin Morneau cannot catch up. And then the familiar scene, Mariano Rivera coming in to finish up the ball game. Has a nice inning against the Twins last night, gets a strikeout of Delman Young, and gets a little help from Alex Rodriguez on a hot shot from Valencia. This is the recipe Joe Girardi would like to use every day.
Now they're fighting about it on Twitter Nation. What's the name for this? I said Joe Somo, but those are the numbers. You decide. We'll come up with some nickname sometime during the year. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup tonight. In tonight's ball game, the Twins are going to send their young left-hander Brian Dunsing out. Last year, 10-3, 2.62. And CC Sabathia makes his 2nd start of the year for the Yanks. 21-7 last year, 3.18. He pitched on opening day. Went 6 innings against the Tigers, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. The Yankees won the game. CC did not get the decision. The man behind the plate, Russell Martin, one of the newer Yankees, he's done it all. He's hit, and he's run, and he's caught well as well. Coming up next on segment 2, Kim Jones will talk to Russell.
Kimberly Jones alongside Russell Martin. And Russell, through 4 games, how have you caught on so quickly as a Yankee?
Just going out there and having fun, really. Just enjoying being a part of this team. You know, from top to bottom, the coaching staff, the players, it's just a fun group to be around. What
do you want Yankee fans to know about you?
Just how I play the game. You know, I play with passion, play hard, and just have fun doing it.
For a catcher, what's better than a stolen base?
throwing somebody out, probably. But you know, I take pride in the speed game. I'm not, you know, by any means, you know, a super fast guy or anything like that, but I just pick my times and try and get in scoring position.
If people say you're fast for a catcher, is that a compliment?
It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. It doesn't really mean much. Catchers aren't really fast, but I'll take it.
Growing up in Canada, did you have to play hockey?
It kind of, yeah. I mean, if you don't play hockey, you're kind of an outsider. So I played a little bit. I started playing. I started skating when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
But yeah, never really played on a team until I was about 12. Played for about 3-4 years competitively. But I was always much better at baseball, so I kind of stuck with that.
Who takes tougher hits, though, a hockey player or a catcher?
I would say, I mean, definitely hockey. You know, going full speed on skates, you know, you go much faster skating than you do running. But you know, both ways aren't very pleasant.
Give us one thing you want to make sure you do in New York City.
I don't really know. Just play good baseball, really. I mean, that's what I'm here for, so might as well do that.
Finish this sentence for us, Russell. To feel good and be healthy is?
What life is all about.
And your hip and knee feel very good and healthy, right?
Yeah, they feel much better than it did earlier, for sure.
Thanks so much, Russell. That's it for segment 2. Michael and John will be back with lineups and first pitch next.
Let's do it here at Yankee Stadium as CC Sabathia deals the first pitch to Denard Span. We're underway. The pitch inside. A count of 1-0. Yankees against the Twins, the second game of a 4-game set. Yankees won last night by a 4-3 score. There's a strike. Home plate umpire is Brian Gorman. And the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away. I told you about Brian Gorman behind the plate. First base umpire is Larry Vanover. The second base ump is Tony Randazzo. And Dan Bellino, the third base ump. And the big lefty deals. That one is driven to right field. Swisher came in, now goes back. 1 out. Why don't we take a look at the entire Twins lineup put together by Ron Gardenhire. His team's off to a sluggish start. 1-3 in their first 4. You saw Denard Span leading off. Tsuyoshi Nishioka, the second baseman, will bat second. Joe Mauer will catch. He'll hit third. Delman Young moves up the cleanup. He's the left fielder. Michael Kadire in the lineup will bat in the number 5 spot and play first. Jason Kubel at DH. Danny Valencia at third. Jason Repko is in right. And Alexi Casilla, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Pitch to Nishioka is up and in.
As our Kimberly Jones told us in the pregame show, Justin Morneau gets a night off. Actually had a couple of hits last night. One of the few Twins who's swinging the bat a little bit better. Gets a night off because of all those concussion problems. Take a look at CC Sabathia. First start of the year, 6 innings, 6 hits, walked a few, struck out 7. No decision in that ball game.
Off-speed pitch, count 2-1.
Take a look at the scouting report. That first one is out of the way. Now CC can get into his rhythm and look forward to the rest of the year. And he gets that #1 treatment, pitching on his regular day's rest tonight. Freddie Garcia will pitch tomorrow. And 7 in a row against the Twins dating back to '07. 7 wins in a row.
Awful day and afternoon in New York City. Raining, sometimes hard, but cleared up nicely, and we've got a ball game here at the stadium. The 2-2. Strike 3. Nishioka down looking. 2 away. Take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. A little bit of a different look. 10-time Gold Glove winner Andrew Jones at left, as Brett Gardner gets the day off against the lefty. Granderson in center and Swisher in right. Infield remains the same. A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Third to first. Russell Martin behind the plate. And Sabathia is on the mound. There's Andrew Jones.
Mentioned that opening day start for CC Sabathia. No decision. Did not pitch poorly in that game, but I think he's one of those guys, Michael, likes to get into the flow of the season, get those opening day ceremonies out of the way. Domauer off to a slow start.
For the game, there was a Gold Glove ceremony as Robinson Cano received a Gold Glove, as did Mark Teixeira and Derek Jeter as well. 75% of the Yankee infield picked up Gold Gloves. Cano's first. The 1-1. I always get the sense, John, that you win a Gold Glove a year after you really should have won it for the first time. It's almost like they want to see you do it 2 times in a row. That trio, the first trio of infielders to win the Gold Glove in the same season since the 2000 Indians, Alomar, Vizquel, and Fryman. The only other trio of Yankees to win Gold Gloves in the same season, regardless of position, was back in 1965. Joe Pepitone won it at first, Bobby Richardson at second, and Tom Tresh in the outfield. Bauer works a walk. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. Pretty nice looking sky above Yankee Stadium. It's 44 degrees, 62% humidity. The wind is 20 miles per hour. Looks like it's blowing out toward right today. And the forecast is clearing but falling temperatures.
During batting practice today, the ball really jumping to right center field. So good call there, Michael.
Ground ball to third. Alex goes the short way, and that will do it. In the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. Twins nothing. And the New York Yankees come into bat against Brian Dunson. Don't score on the top of first against Sabathia. Tonight's Yankees starting lineup is presented by Lexus. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, back on top of the Yankee lineup against the lefty. Nick Swisher's in right field. He'll bat second. Teixeira at first will hit third. Alex Rodriguez, 2-run home run last night. The third baseman cleans up. Batting fifth and playing second base, Robinson Cano. Jorge Posada, another 2-run home run last night. after 2 on Sunday. He's going to bat 6th and DH. Batting 7th and catching Russell Martin. Andrew Jones at left. He'll hit 8th. Batting 9th and playing center field, Curtis Granderson.
The Yankee lineup going to face a good young left-handed pitcher, Brian Dunsing. Take a look at his numbers from last year, and they were impressive. 10-3 at 2.62 ERA. Only 130 and 2/3 innings. Started the year in the bullpen, then moved into the rotation. Take a look at our scouting report. He is looking forward to a full season in the rotation. He won 10 games last year, a few in relief and the rest as a starter. So looking forward to a full year in the rotation. A 10-game winner, and left on left, very dominant. 162 lefties hit against him last year. One of the reasons he won 10 games.
Now Derek Jeter hit .371 against lefty pitching at Yankee Stadium last year, so he digs in. 2 hits this year, both of the infield variety, and he takes a pitch low. Now, the last time the Yankees saw Dunsing, they ended the Twins season. That was Game 3 of the ALCS. He went 3 1/3. He gave up 7 hits and 5 runs.
Derek off to a slow start, leading off the first time this year tonight.
Now, Dunsing is actually working on 9 days rest. Those are the numbers we spoke about. Overall better job against lefties, 321 overall against lefties, 270 against everybody. Anyway, 9 days off for Dunsing. He last pitched on March 26th in Florida during spring training. Now, he's had 2 bullpen sessions since then. Interesting story, he actually had his pitching coach Rick Anderson stand in as if he was a hitter so he could gauge exactly how he would pitch, and the first pitch he threw got away from him and went right at the head of Anderson, who had to hit the dirt. And Dunsing said, I really didn't do much the rest of the session, he said, because I was laughing. He said, I'm also really nervous and sweaty that I was being the pitching coach. See his struggles there in the first inning. Foul tip by Jeter.
So one thing I remember from Dunsing last year in the playoff game, he's not afraid to crowd right-handed batters inside. Pretty decent slider that'll run in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. Good changeup and a decent curve. So by those numbers, you want to get him early. Once he finds his rhythm in the middle of the ball game, feels a lot more comfortable.
So Jeter works a walk. Let's take a look now at the Twins defense, which is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz tri-state dealer. Young, Span, and Repko. Jason Repko in right. In the infield, Valencia, Casilla, Nishioka, and Kadire third to first. Mauer behind the plate, and Dunsing is on the mound. Here's Nick Swisher. Nick Swisher loves hitting in the number 2 hole. It's one of the best spots in Major League Baseball on this Yankee team. You've got Teixeira behind you, you've got Jeter in front of you, and then A-Rod following Teixeira. It's a spot where you know you're going to get a pitch to hit because they're not pitching around you. And you spoke yesterday about it, John. You could almost know you're going to get a fastball. Forget about just a pitch to hit. You're going to get a fastball at some point.
Yeah, it just clears your head mentally if you hit in this number 2 spot, because you know you have Mark Teixeira, who's gotten off to a great start. Alex Rodriguez the same. So if you're Nick Swisher right now, 1-0, you can sit on a fastball and a pretty good chance you're going to get it.
And he got it, and he hammered it to left field. A base hit for Swisher. Runners on first and second, nobody out.
Great place to hit, even when Mark Teixeira last year got off to a slow start, and it's even better now when he's gotten off to a great start. Nick Swisher talked about it last year, how comfortable he was in that number 2 spot.
Dunsing deals. Now, we talked about the game that Dunsing pitched against the Yankees in the division series last year, and he actually used that game as motivation all off season. Every time he went on a treadmill, he went over that game, the pitches he threw, what he could have done differently. And it's funny, it's on all the Twins' mind the way they play against the Yankees. They're 6-31 since Gardenhire took over in 2002. 6-31. And look, he's thinking about it right now here at Yankee Stadium against the Yanks. Just amazingly poor numbers. High drive, deep to left, going back young, track, wall, see ya! A 3-run home run from Mark Teixeira, and the Yankees lead 3-0.
Gardenhire has to be thinking, here we go again. Last night's ball game, Alex Rodriguez got the Yankees out early. Tonight it's Mark Teixeira's 4th home run of the year. The first 3 have been from the left side. This from the right side. Does a nice job keeping it fair on the left field corner. It looked like a changeup out over the plate. A lot of times you'll see hitters hook that ball foul. Mark Teixeira is so locked in right now, able to keep it fair.
Alex Rodriguez swings and misses.
Just adds to what you were talking about, Michael. The Yankees jumping out ahead early. Now the Twins start thinking about it again. Had a tough time beating this Yankee ball club. We're down 3-0 already.
Grounded to third, Valencia for the first out. IOTV offers incredible HD picture and sound. Get the best in HD free. IOTV is the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes.
I guess that ERA of 6.92 for Dunsing in the first inning is playing true here tonight.
Here's Cano. 5 for 17 so far this year. Pitch outside, 1-0. Yankees 3-1 in their first 4 games. They took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. First one yesterday against the Twins. Ivan Nova with the victory yesterday. 6 innings for the Yankees. Gave up 3 runs. Waves had a breaking ball diving down and away. The count 1-2.
A lot of talk about Ivan Nova around the batting cage today. A lot of the Yankees very impressed with how he worked through the middle of that ball game last night. Got some big outs when he needed it. A double play ball when he needed it. Picked up the first win of the year.
You've read the numbers, you've heard the numbers, chapter and verse. And yesterday in the first inning, they were down 2-0. Now they're down 3-0. And you could always say the company line. You know, we don't think about it. The Twins do think about it, especially the first time something goes wrong. As John said, they're thinking, here we go again. So 6-31, and that's just at home for the Yankees. It's an amazing stat. And after that 3-run home run by Teixeira, you know that doubt is starting to creep in again if it wasn't already there. As Cano grounds out the Kadire. Since 0-2 against the Twins, the Yankees are 46-16. Other teams that have dominated American League opponents: Oakland over Baltimore 50-20, the Yankees over KC 47-20, Dodgers over Pittsburgh 44-19, and the Angels over the Royals 55-25. The one thing that jumps out at me, the bottom 4 on that list, you can understand that. The Orioles have been bad. The Royals have been bad. The Pirates have been bad. The Yankees beating up on the Twins like that, it doesn't make sense because the Twins have been good.
They've been good. They're a playoff team, and they're also a team that usually does not beat themselves. Their pitching staff usually does not walk a lot of batters. Fundamentally, they're always a sound organization. And it seems, Michael, they lose games in a lot of different ways. They can lose games late against the Yankees. They can get hit early and have some blowouts. It just, they have to play a full game, 9 innings of clean baseball in order to beat the Yankees.
The 1-1. There's a strike. Posada with 3 2-run home runs in his last 2 games. 2 on Sunday and 1 last night. And that was the difference. This was the difference in the game as the Yankees took a 4-0 lead and held on to win 4-3. Strike 3, Posada down looking. But the damage had been done. A walk to Jeter, a hard single to Swisher. And then Mark Teixeira hits one into the left field seats. A 3-run home run. We played one at the stadium. 3-0 Yankees over the Twins. Yes, it's brought to you in part by Honda. Come see what's new for 2011 today at your Honda dealer. By Chase, deposit checks from your smartphone with quick deposit. Take a step forward and chase what matters. And by Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the New York Yankees. Yankees jump out to a 3-0 lead as Teixeira with a home run. Michael Kadire leads off, and there's a strike. So Teixeira now has 4 home runs. Last year, he hit his 4th home run on May 8th, and that was part of a 3-home run barrage at Fenway Park. Check swing, but they say he went. Larry Vanover.
Sorry, Michael. I guess the change that Mark Teixeira made this winter, the adjustment with not lifting as much, swinging more in spring training, obviously working for him. Just getting off to a good start on opening day. He's carrying in the rest of this homestand.
Swing and a miss as Kadire chases a high fastball. 1 away.
Kadire got behind in the count early. CC Sabathia elevate the fastball. Supposed to be inside a little bit more. Kadire not able to hold up, swinging at some high cheese.
You know, I mentioned yesterday, John, that I had an opportunity to talk to Dave Winfield on my radio show, and he said about Teixeira how he changed what he did during the offseason and bought the pitching machine and cage and started hitting early. He said for a guy that's that good and always puts up the numbers the way he does, for him to make a drastic change like that really says so much about him as a player, his desire to be great. Because even if he got off to a bad start again and finished with 30 and 100, he'd have a good year. I really impressed Winfield.
And I guess I'm impressed that he has actually acknowledged it, that, you know, came out and said, hey, I made some changes. You know, I have to get off to a better start. It's obviously worked. 400, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Last year, 136.
The 0-2. And I was talking to former Yankee coach and now an analyst on the MLB Network, Larry Bowa, today, and he said, a lot of players I like in baseball, I'd pay to see Mark Teixeira play. He said the way he plays the game, his dedication to his craft, the way he hustles, plays hard, he said, I would pay to see him play.
Quite a compliment from Larry Bowa.
The 1-2. 2-2 to Kubel. So CC has a 3-0 lead. Hot shot, a base hit to right field. Nick Swisher gets the ball in, so a 1-out single for Jason Kubel. Hey, stay tuned during the 6th inning for a sneak peek at Auction Hunters, Spike TV's hit show, premiering tonight at 10 on Spike. So here's Danny Valencia. One for 13 so far. The Twins, again, slow out of the gate at the start of this season. And they didn't play that well in Toronto. And despite losing yesterday, Ron Gardenhire said, that's the best baseball game that we've played this year. So they're taking small baby steps and I guess little moral victories. But they'd like to get a couple of wins before they get home.
Well, the difference is the Yankees have a couple of players who swung the bat well coming right out of the gate. The Twins have not. Mauer's gotten off to a slow start. Morneau had a few hits last night, but he had gotten off to a slow start. Delman Young, the same thing. Jason Kubel and Denard Span, really the two guys who were swinging the bat early on. There's a lot of pressure on your pitching staff.
Nice breaking ball in there for strike 1 and 2. Ground ball left side through for a base hit. Stopping at second is Kubel. Andrew Jones gets the ball into Jeter. And the Twins have runners on first and second with 1 out.
Back-to-back base hit. CC Sabathia went back-to-back sliders to Valencia. He's able to drop the bat head and pull a base hit into left field.
Here's Jason Repko. Came into last night's game as a pinch runner for Jason Kubel, who singled with 2 outs in the 9th inning against Rivera.
Chance to start tonight. Those are his numbers from last year. 228, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs in 58 games. Another good block by Russell Martin. We've seen him block a slider in the dirt. That looked like a changeup there. Impressed all spring training and early on this year with the work behind the plate of Russell Martin.
Yankees signed him to a 1-year deal, free agent. Spent his entire career with the Dodgers. Broke his hip, had a labrum problem in that area last year. Has been bothered by injuries the last couple of years, and strangely, the two rivals in the American League were the teams that were going after him during the offseason, the Yankees and the Red Sox, and he thought he had a better chance to make a productive commitment to the Yankees and see playing time, and he took the contract with the Yankees.
Michael, a lot was made too. Coming to the American League, coming to the Yankees, you have to learn a whole new pitching staff and a whole new league. Not an easy thing for a catcher to do. Well, you say, well, he had 6 weeks in spring training to get to know the pitchers and catch them. That's not enough. You have to get a pitcher in a major league game in a tight spot to really learn what makes them tick. All indications early on with Russell behind the plate, he's got into a nice rhythm with all of his pitchers. Did a great job with Nova last night, getting him through the middle of that ball game. He's pretty comfortable early on with CC Sabathia.
Count 3-2 as Sabathia working himself into a little bit of a jam. Now let's see if Ron Gardenhire tries to get things started here. 1 out, first and second, 3-2 count. Does he start the runners here? Open up some holes, do something a little aggressive? They do not go, and that one is punched out to right field. Swisher makes the catch, and he will fire in to Alex Rodriguez. He's now watching the replay on the big board in center field. I think Babe Ruth could do that.
Well, another conversation here with CC and Russell Martin. I'm sure going over maybe signs with the runner at second base, Jason Kubel. But also, like I mentioned before, you want to get a guy in some trouble early on and find out what pitches he likes to go to when he's in trouble. And build on that as the season goes on.
Casilla grounds one to Alex. He'll step on the bag and that'll do it. So Sabathia works into and out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. Russell Martin will lead off the bottom of the second inning. He's done everything the Yankees could have asked for. Hit, run, he's done it all. He'll be up next.
Good. We saw it in spring training, and I've applauded his effort a number of times, the way he worked in spring training, the way he went about learning his pitchers and making sure that he caught everyone and going to the minor league games to catch certain starters and just doing everything that he had to do.
Yankee manager Joe Girardi on one of his newest players, Russell Martin, taking over the catching duties. And he is impressed, playing in his 5th straight game tonight. Leading off here in the 7th. Shows bunt. Takes a pitch outside.
Remember, Russell Martin had a little conversation with CC Sabathia right before Casilla came up there. 1 pitch, they get an out. CC gives Russell Martin a little love. It's refreshing, Michael. I mean, you don't really know a lot about a guy when he's in another league playing on the West Coast, and he's gotten off to a great start, 6 for 14.
Rounds one to short. Casilla gobbles it up. 1 out.
It's refreshing for me being an ex-catcher. It seems like Russell Martin is all about his pitching staff. You know, wants to work with the guys, get on the same page, and obviously he wanted to get off to a good start with the bat. But he seems like he's a catch-first guy, and then whatever he does at the plate will be a bonus.
You mentioned that CC showed him a little love. What pitcher showed you the most love in your career?
Well, I can think of a lot that did not show me any, and they seem to jump right out at me. Randy Johnson would be at the top of that list. David Wells would show you some love. Yeah, when he's throwing well. When he wasn't throwing well, it was all my fault. Take it good with the bad.
Andrew Jones swings and misses. Andrew Jones, Yankee fans know him from 1996, Game 1 of the '96 series. Jones, a 19-year-old with the Atlanta Braves, hit 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats. And the Braves won that Game 1 12-1. He was 19 years and 180 days old at that time. Fresh-faced kid. And he's been around so long that it's shocking. He's just 33 years old. Five-time All-Star, 11 Gold Gloves. 10 Gold Gloves, I'm sorry. And 2 kids from that '96 series still around. Derek was 5 for 20, Rookie of the Year. Jones was 5th in the '97 Rookie of the Year voting because he came up at the end of '96 and got onto the World Series roster.
This is where he's going to get his opportunities to play, facing some left-handed pitching. Put on a show in batting practice, and a guy never really used his lower half a whole lot. He's always been a strong upper body guy, able to drive the ball.
He drives that one deep to left field. That ball is gone into the first row. So Andrew Jones, in his first start as a Yankee, connects for a home run, taking us all the way back to '96 and giving the Yankees a 4-0 lead.
I don't care if you're a veteran like Andrew Jones or a rookie who's trying to make a first impression. When you come to a new team, a new organization, you want to get off to a good start. Not a better way to do it for Andrew Jones. Hit a home run, your first at bat as a Yankee. A fastball up and in. I mentioned his upper body strength. Nice quick hands inside. Here's a guy who came off a bad spring training, did not swing the bat very well at all. But all that is forgotten. His first at bat as a Yankee, solo shot for a home run.
I got out in a hurry. The 2-0. Count 2-1. Eduardo Nunez talking things over with Jones. High fly ball, deep right center. Denard Span will make the catch for the second out. That's going to bring up Derek Jeter. Jeter walked in the first inning and came around to score a couple of batters later on Teixeira's 3-run home run. (2,928 hits for Derek Jeter, and the countdown to 3,000 will be a big part of the first half of this season. The 0-1. Andrew Jones just became the 13th Yankee since 1961 to homer in his first plate appearance as a Yankee. Ground ball left side, and past the diving Casilla into left field. So Derek Jeter picks up a single. Now 71 hits, away from 3,000. And he also surpasses Al Simmons for sole possession of 35th place on baseball's all-time hits list.
It's amazing early on. Derek Jeter has not gotten off to a great start. Had a couple of good at-bats tonight. A walk to lead off and then a hard ground ball to the left side just out of the reach of Casilla. You think back to last night, Derek actually hit a ball hard to first base, hit a ball hard down the right field line that just sliced foul. Could have had a couple of hits. That's just the way it's going early on.
Swisher singled to left in the first inning. Turned around a fastball.
There's a 1-0 fastball his first at bat here in the same count. 2 outs, Derek Jeter on first base. We'll see if he gets another fastball.
There's a strike. Count 1-2.
See if Derek Jeter takes a chance to try to steal a base here. We've seen him trying to peek in and see if he can pick out a off-speed pitch that Joe Mauer is giving the sign for. Nick Swisher behind in the count. Not a bad time to try to steal a bag. If you get thrown out, Nick Swisher will lead off next inning. If not, you're in scoring position.
Dunsing steps off.
Mentioned last night, Joe Mauer, another Gold Glove last year. Derek trying to pick out a signal here, see if he can pick up maybe a changeup or a slider, take a chance to run.
Strike 3, Swisher down looking. Does not like the call, talks things over with Brian Gorman. But Andrew Jones likes the inning for sure. High fastball, gets through it, and deposits it in the first row over the left field wall. A home run in his first plate appearance as a Yankee. On the Lincoln scoreboard, Yankees lead the Twins 4-0. Denard Span will lead off. Span, Nishioka, and Mauer here in the third against Sabathia.
Let's check out our Home Depot hitter scouting report on Denard Span. Looking for a little bounce back year. Hit 264 and his on base was 331 last year. Trying to be more aggressive, just see the ball and hit it. He did not do that last night. 3 strikeouts, but a consistent base stealer the last 2 years, 23 and 26. Get back to the Denard Span from 2 years ago. High batting average, high on base. In front of the middle of this lineup for the Twins, Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Michael Kadire, Kubel. Should score a lot of runs.
There's Joe Nathan, coming back from Tommy John surgery.
I guess Joe Nathan will be available tonight. He was not available last night after picking up the first save of the year in Toronto at a long inning, an extended inning. Manager Ron Gardenhire gave him the night off last night, although he did not need him. It was not a save situation. I figure he's going to get stronger as the year goes on, coming back from that Tommy John surgery, where the weather warms up.
Fouled that twice.
But you did CC Sabathia a little bit of a favor. Fastball down middle. CC the luxury now being ahead 4 runs. Can just challenge this Minnesota Twins lineup. I mentioned earlier, not firing on all cylinders early on. Good start to be aggressive.
Fly ball, center field. Moving back, Granderson. 1 out. It's time for the Toyota text poll, everybody. Tonight's question is, who is the best current player among Jabba Chamberlain's fellow Nebraska alums? The choices are: number 1, Brian Dunsing; number 2, Alex Gordon; number 3, Dan Johnson. You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. Jabba pitched yesterday in the 7th inning. Good, hard 95-mile-an-hour fastball and nice tilt on a slider.
Sounds like it's a big year for Alex Gordon in Kansas City. Kind of came up with a lot of fanfare, comparing him to the next George Brett. Falling out of favor a little bit.
He's yesterday's big prospect. Now they talk about the Royals having the best farm system. And they're all about a year or 2 away, and Alex Gordon seems to be forgotten. Popped up. Cano. 2 away. Tuesday night in New York City, Yankees and the Twins. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer 1 for 11 so far this year. There's a strike.
Joe Mauer had been such a great offensive player, great all-around player for the last couple of years. You know that those numbers are not going to stay where they are. Yankees, you want to take care of him this series and let him move on and get hot somewhere else.
A lot of people think Joe Mauer could have been an NFL quarterback. Those kind of skills. He was all everything as a high school player in the Twin Cities. Had scholarship offers to play quarterback in big-time colleges. Florida State, Bobby Bowden recruited him, desperately wanted him. But when he was selected by his hometown team, he said, let's go this way. Doesn't look like a bad choice.
Real nice pitch there to Joe Mauer, a guy who hits lefties very well. CC did a nice job standing him up with a fastball inside, borderline whether it was going to be called a strike by Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire. Martin tried to give him a good look.
.50 pitches for Sabathia. How dominant was he in high school? He struck out only once in his 4-year high school career. And every single year he hit over 500. Can you imagine striking out just once in your entire high school career?
I can't imagine it. What'd you hit in high school?
The books. The 2-2. Strike three. Got him with a breaking ball. 1-2-3 inning for Sabathia. He's retired the last 5 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Yankees are leading this one 4-0. YSL Express. Enjoy the journey. Tomorrow night, the Twins again against the Yankees on 105 on Thursday. The finale of this 4-game set. Then the Yankees will open up Boston's home season at Fenway with a 2:05 start on Friday. Will be on Yes. And then Saturday on Fox and Sunday on ESPN. But after those games, Yankee Extra Innings, our interactive post-game show. And then next week, the Orioles and the Rangers here at Yankee Stadium. Lincoln scoreboard 4-0 Yankees. After this series, the Twins go home for the home opener at Target Field against Oakland. Teixeira lines one to right field, one away.
Mark Teixeira, hitter, usually does not go the other way. He is right on everything right now. Bullet to right field. Good news from last night's ball game. Mark Teixeira fouled off a ball off his right foot. Was not a problem today, obviously in the lineup, hitting the home run and hitting a rocket to right field his second at bat.
Pitch to Alex is a strike. A-Rod grounded to third. That was in the first. Fouled away.
It was last night for Alex Rodriguez in the first inning. With a fastball inside and a nice line drive to left field. 2-run shot driving in Mark Teixeira.
Just staying alive. And Dunsing deals.
Emergency swing from Alex Rodriguez there. Dunsing tried the little backdoor slider. Not Alex's A swing. Little off balance. Just spoils a tough pitch. Hope you get a mistake the next one.
Another off-speed pitch, and Alex down on strikes. 2 away.
Changeup for Dunsing, down and away. Alex looked a little off balance at hole at bat. Seen him take so many good swings early on. He was looking for something else.
So here's Cano against Dunsing. Yankees led 4-0 after 3 innings last night as well. And that's when the Twins started to chip away. But the Yankee pick last night was a youngster, Ivan Nova. Tonight it's CC Sabathia. Popped up. Valencia. And a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Dunsing. So the Yankees down in order. We're going to go to the 4th inning here at the stadium. Yankees are leading this one 4-0 on Yes. As we go to the fourth, it's time for the New York State Smokers Quitline Quiz. CC won 40 games over his first 2 seasons with the Yanks. Who was the last Yankees pitcher to win 40 games over 2 seasons? We'll find that out in the bottom of the inning. Here's Delvin Young. Four 4-0 Yankees lead. From June 1st on last year, Delvin Young had 85 runs batted in. That was the best in the major leagues. And for the entire season, he hit .355 with runners in scoring position. That was 5th in the big leagues. Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Hamilton, Joey Votto, and Carl Crawford were the only ones who hit better in those situations.
.28 walks last year with those great numbers. 5th in RBIs in the American League last year, 112. CC ahead in the count 1 and 2. Do not have to throw him anything close to the plate. See if he'll swing.
Swing and a miss, and Young down on strike. 6 in a row for Sabathia.
6 in a row for CC Sabathia. I don't know if that was a changeup or a little slider down and in. Whatever it was, Delvin Young swinging right over the top.
Here's Michael Kadire. You know, the Twins are put together now. Last year, after the injury in July to Morneau, Kadire and Kubel played all the time and put up pretty good numbers, and the Twins had a great second half. But for the most part, with Morneau healthy now, coming back from that concussion, one of those guys is going to sit all the time. I guess they could play with the DH spot a bit. But Jim Tomei's the DH against righties. It's going to be a job for Ron Gardenhire to keep all those guys happy, especially after they got used to playing last year and they were successful while they played. The team was successful.
I guess it's a good problem to have, but Kubel, a productive left-handed hitter. Kadire, very productive right-handed hitter, kind of a guy who flies under the radar. 14 home runs, 81 RBIs last year for Ron Gardenhire.
Popped up, shallow right, and a nice over-the-shoulder play by Robinson Cano for the second out.
Nice play by Robinson Cano, right over the shoulder. Good job by CC Sabathia getting in on the hands of Kadire. A little looping line drive. Robinson Cano makes the easy play.
Kubel fouls it away. Kubel singled to right in the second inning.
Batting average up at .385 last year, and Kubel at .225 against lefties. Had 160 bats last year against left-handed pitching.
Big year for Kubel. He's 29 years old, and he can be a free agent at the end of this year. So he's not exactly enamored with the fact that he's not going to play every day. He wants to stay with the Twins anyway. He wants to put up numbers so he can get some numbers next year. The 0-2.
Here all the time, a little healthy competition for at-bats, and that's a situation here in Minnesota. And Kubel's gotten off to a nice start. Batting average at .385 right now. Gets a chance to play against the lefty CC Sabathia tonight, and picked up a base hit his first at-bat.
High fly ball just to the left of center field. Granderson had him play perfectly, and Sabathia has retired 8 in a row Let's go to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Yankees lead 4-0 over the Twins on Yes. New York State Smokers Quitline Quiz. Sabathia won 40 games over his first 2 seasons with the Yanks. Who was the last Yankees pitcher to win 40 games over 2 seasons? And Tommy John. They didn't even give us time. 43 win from 79 to 80. And he was coming back from his own surgery.
I'm glad I didn't guess. I would have guessed Ron Guidry.
That's where I was going to. Because, you know, he had 25 in 1 year.
Great minds thinking alike.
The Yankees have 2 home runs today. How about this, John? 13 home runs in the first 5 games. It ties a franchise record for the first 5 games, getting back to 1932. So 1 more today, and we witness history. World Series winning team, 1932. 0-2. Strike 3. Dunsing seems like he's gotten it together, and now he's got to hope that his team scores some runs against Sabathia.
It looks like he's finding a little bit of a rhythm, but I think more importantly, keeping the ball away from some of the right-handed batters for the Yankees. So Alex Rodriguez, a change-up away, or a Posada backdoor curveball. Pitch count getting better by inning. The 11 in the third.
Here's Russell Martin. Count 1-1. And the pitch. Strike. Count 1-2.
I was watching Russell Martin around the cage in his batting practice, working on that right field stroke. But I thought back to that delay steal last night, Michael. I haven't seen that play in a long time.
How tough is that for a catcher?
Well, all you got to do is work on it. And you watch Russell, he takes 3 little slide steps and then takes off. And I remember that being the play that you always worked on in the minor leagues, and you worked on in your base running drills in spring training, and then nobody ever employed it. And then last night, all of a sudden, Russell Martin does it perfectly.
But how tough is it for the catcher who's trying to defend against it?
It's tough because usually you see the first jump, a runner take off.
Martin down on strikes.
Good little slider down and in. Dunsing finding his rhythm. So as a catcher, you really have to pay attention. You need some help from your first baseman. But if you execute it like Martin did last night, it's a real tough play to defend, especially with a runner on third base.
Now, if you're the base runner, John, are you looking to start to run when you see the catcher starting to throw the ball back to the pitcher?
No.
You don't do that?
No. What you do is what I was taught to do is you do 3 little shuffle steps to the side. So the timing is 1, 2, 3, and then you just take off.
There's a ground ball to short. And a high throw, but coming down with his Kadire to get Andrew Jones. And 7 in a row retired by Brian Dunsing. We played 4 here at the stadium. Yankees are leading 4-0. If the Red Sox come back to Fenway to face the Yankees, and let's say they're 1-5 or something like that, they tend to get a little antsy in Boston.
You and I are going to be up there with Al Leiter Friday, right? Yeah. Friday afternoon. I've already started my research.
Really?
I did.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not looking too far ahead. Obviously, we have to get through this series, a 4-game set. But had a nice conversation with a Red Sox advanced scout.
Interesting.
And asked him specifically about their starting pitcher tonight, Josh Beckett, because I feel like he's the key to their season.
And
he told me he's going to have a Josh Beckett year. Now, this is a guy who had caught him as a bullpen catcher, so knows everything about his stuff. And he said watching him this spring, he really believes he's going to have a big year.
But he had bad numbers this spring, too.
Yes, he did. He's reading in between the numbers, going a little deeper.
So you're actually doing this 4-game set, working on this, and still planning ahead and doing work for the future.
Just peeking ahead.
Wow, good stuff. I just try to get through each day. Here's the 3-1.
Well, you know that Al Leiter's going to be shot out of a cannon up there.
First game, I know it. A couple of Red Bulls in,
throwing
he's done.
Statistics all over the place. I have to have something for him.
That's a small boot there, so there's you and I are coming out of the game a little bruised and battered too. Looking forward to seeing Al. There's a ground ball to short. Jeter backs up. And they get Valencia. 9 in a row for Sabathia.
I hate to say that CC's making it look easy. He's picking up a few strikeouts, a lot of ground balls. Lazy fly balls in on the hands, some of the Twins hitter, and obviously not a great night to swing the bat, a little chilly.
Pitch to Jason Repko. Ball 1-0. Count 1-2. Punts the other way and out of play. Four nothing Yankees. 3-run home run by the red-hot Mark Teixeira in the first. Solo home run by Andrew Jones in the second.
CC Sabathia throw a bunch of changeups tonight, and he's yanking them down and into the right-handed batters. CC a little frustrated, used to getting some good action down and away. Larry Rothschild, pitching coach, looking on.
Strike 3. Repko down looking, tossed away the bat, took a couple of steps toward first, and not thrilled with Brian Gorman's strike 3 call. I'm sure we'll take a look.
Down and away. Obviously could have went either way. Brian Gorman gives the pitch to CC Sabathia. Looks like it clips the front corner. And again, Russell Martin doing a nice job showing Brian Gorman a good look at the location. Brings it back towards the plate just a little bit. Gets the call. Subtle would be the right way to describe that.
And it's so strange, John, to be subtle the way you catch the ball. You have to have really strong hands, which would seem to play against subtle, but you've got to be able to hold the ball right there.
And just bring it back to the plate just a little bit.
High fly ball, deep left, going back Andrew Jones, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning as Sabathia has retired the last 11 Minnesota Twins. We're halfway through after 4.5. It's 4-0 Yanks. Yes, brought to you in part by Toro. Count on it. And by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Curtis Granderson leads off the bottom of the fifth. And there's the strike. Popped up, shallow right center. And Repko with the call on the catch. Both outfielders were fooled by that. I guess it was off the end of the bat because Span took a step back, so did Repko, and they had to hustle in to make the play.
Well, you have to respect Curtis Granderson and his power, too, and Span had a deep fly ball from Curtis at first at bat to center field. Big swing right off the end of the bat. I'm going to pay attention this year with Curtis Granderson against lefties. At 234 last year, you expect those numbers to get better this year with the work with Kevin Long.
Count 1-0 as we go back to the top of the order and Derek Jeter. Jeter with a walk, run scored and a single.
Very familiar ball game to last night, Michael. The Yankees jump out early, 4-0. Scott Baker settled in last night for the Twins. Dunsing doing the same here in the middle of the ball game.
Grounded shortly to short. Casilla stays down, comes up, and fires out Jeter with the second out.
Tomorrow it's game 3 between the Bombers and the Twins here in the Bronx. Complete coverage starts at 6 o'clock with the Audi batting practice today, followed by the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Michael and I will have all the action from Yankee Stadium. Twins, Yankees, it all starts tomorrow at 6 o'clock, only on Yes.
Here's Nick Swisher. Ground ball up the middle. And just off the glove of a diving Casilla. Trickles into left center. And Swisher picks up his second hit. And that breaks a streak of 9 in a row retired by Dunsing.
Casilla really covering a lot of ground to his left. On the super shot, HD, IOTV HD super shot. He over dives the ground ball, covering so much ground. Nick Swisher will take it, a little base hit.
He got the ball in time, just under his arm. Here's Mark Teixeira.
One of those at-bats you pay attention to as a teammate or a fan of Mark Teixeira. He is locked in right now. The 3-run home run, and then hit a bullet to right field. And the count here 1-0.
Count 1-1. Grounded to short. Casilla taking the first, and that's going to do it here in the fifth. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left. We go to the 6th inning. CC Sabathia has retired the last 11 in a row. He carries a 4-0 lead into the 6th. Stick around to see what's going on.
5 strikeouts, and we're going to take a look at him. A good fastball inside, another one up in the zone, a quality slider to Joe Mauer. Changeup down middle. It looked like another fastball down and away. 5 strikeouts, 5 shutout innings for CC Sabathia.
And he will face Denard Span to start off the 6th. A strike. Span 0 for 2. Tried out 2 of the outfielders. A fly ball to right, fly ball to center. Yankees have 5 hits. Twins have 2.
Well, Michael, watching CC, I mean, he hasn't given up a run. He's only given up 2 hits. He struck out 5. You can tell by some of his reactions he's not 100% pleased with how he's throwing. Kind of missing with his changeup. Slider kind of a little rolling. Still throwing a quality ball game, heading the count 0-2 to Denard Span.
The 0-2 to Span. Popped up. Alex Rodriguez gets there in a hurry for the first out. Let's check out tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios. Get the ultimate in entertainment on the Ultimate Network. Fios and Network ahead. Carl Pavano is going to get the start for the Twins. 17-11, 3.75. He got roughed up in his first game against the Blue Jays. And Freddie Garcia will make his first start for the Yankees. 12-6 last year for the White Sox, 4.64. It all starts at 6 with the batting practice today show. 6:30 is the pregame, and 7:07 first pitch. As the off-speed pitch, Nishioka strikes or swings and misses. He struck out in the first and popped up the second. I'm sorry, John.
That's okay. Switch hitter. I saw him last night batting left-handed. First look at him tonight batting right-handed. His third at bat.
Twins put the posting fee up. They won the posting fee and signed him. 3 Gold Gloves in Japan, and one of only 2 hitters in the Pacific League in Japan to ever get 200 hits in one season. The other one was Ichiro. So good company there.
Changeup from CC Sabathia there, and he kind of yanked it down and in again to a right-handed batter. Kind of surprising pitch there, 2-1. Go with a changeup. He missed 3-1 and come back with a fastball away.
The first base umpire Larry Vanover said he went. Nishioka did not like that call. Kind of threw back his head. Didn't think he went. Pretty close, but they look as if he went around. So the count now full at 3-2. Sabathia deals. Lined into center field. Long run for Granderson. He got a great jump to haul it in.
One of a few hard hit balls for the Minnesota Twins tonight, and Curtis Granderson, you're right, Michael, had a great jump. Made that play pretty easily.
Here's Joe Mauer. We told you about Mauer only striking out once in his high school career. And he doesn't strike out there as Jeter will gun him out. And that strikeout was against a kid named Paul Feiner. CC's dealing. Retires aside. Time now for a look at Auction Hunters, premiering tonight at 10 on Spike. text poll. Once again, the question, who is the best current player among Jabba Chamberlain's fellow Nebraska alums? You've been texting us at 58772. Here's how they voted. 54% say it's Alex Gord. A lot of viewers in KC. Then Dunsing and Dan Johnson of the Rays. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees lead 4-0, two-hit shutout for Sabathia. And CeCe has retired 14 in a row. And you watch CeCe today, doesn't seem as if he has overly dominant stuff, but he's getting them out. Here's A-Rod. 1-0.
I think CeCe's body language says it all. He's been frustrated a little bit with location on some pitches, but like you said, Michael, he's getting away with it. Has enough velocity on the fastball to get in on the hands of some of the Twins hitters.
Nice piece of hitting by A-Rod as he takes the ball the other way, a leadoff single here in the 6th. Well, on Saturday, April 16th, the Yankees take on the Rangers, and it's Magnetic Schedule Day. All guests in attendance will receive a Yankees 2011 Magnetic Schedule, courtesy of AT&T. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. Visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, clubhouse shops, or you can call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Did you see Alex running to first on that? He's busting it down the line like he thought the right fielder Repko was going to try to throw him out at first base. He didn't round first as you would to a base hit in the outfield. He just ran through first as if he thought the outfielder was going to throw the ball to first base. Cano takes a strike.
Well, Alex hits this ball so hard the other way on a line. He's not going to take any chances with that throw to first base. Runs right through the bag.
You ever see that play? Somebody get thrown out first?
Yeah, of course.
In the bigs?
Yeah.
In a game you've played in?
I got to think back. I've seen it before. I don't recall.
Usually happens to pitchers, right?
Pitchers or slow catchers. Had that fear, that nightmare a few times. Problem with Alex is he hits the ball so hard it gets out to right field quickly, and if a right fielder's playing shallow, there could be the possibility of a play.
There's a pitch right now. Just 8 pitches last inning. He's at 76, so he's been very economical the last couple of innings, starting in the 3rd. And you wonder, his struggles in the 1st and 2nd, could they be attributed to the 9 days that he had off since his last spring training start?
It's always been a trend for him. We talked about that ERA, 6.92 in the 1st inning. What I've noticed, Michael, he tried to throw a lot of fastballs inside to righties the first time around. Yankees made him pay for it. Now he's doing a better job mixing some backdoor breaking balls. The Yankees off balance in the middle of the game.
Count 3-2.
Full count. We'll see if Joe Girardi has Alex Rodriguez on the move with Robinson Cano up. Have a 4-0 lead. Be aggressive on the base paths he chooses.
Red Sox, who lost the first 3 games of the season in Texas, now 3-1, trailing in Cleveland. The bottom of the 5th inning. Popped up. Shallow center. Long run for Span. 1 out. Like yesterday, the Yankees have been unable to tack on any runs after early runs, but it's holding up behind CC Sabathia. Brian Dunsing is certainly toughened up. Posada has struck out twice, both looking against Dunsing.
He's been frozen with a couple of fastballs inside as Jeff Manship getting loose in Twin bullpen.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. There's 1 on first. It's a double play. And around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. And Dunsing puts up another scoreless inning here in the 6th. Started by Valencia. Stayed with a tough hop. Goes to second. On to first. And we go to the 7th with the Yankees up by 4. Partner play. Great partnerships are built on trust at GE Capital. We prove that every day. Twins proved it just now.
Jorge Posada rolls over a little ground ball. Valencia stays with a tough hop over to Nishioka, turning the 5-4-3 double play, the partner play.
There's Delman Young. Cadillac scoreboard, 4-0 Yankees. The Twins won the Central last year, and they won it despite significant injuries to important players. They lost 1,088 man games to injury, and they had $30.8 million in salary on the deal, the most of any team last year in the major leagues. So they're looking to stay healthier this year and not make it so tight in the Central.
More than the Red Sox last year?
In terms of money, yep. Because they had Joe Nathan out the whole season. He's one of the higher paid players. They had Morneau miss about half the season.
A lot of pressure on the pitching staff. The Twins are not scoring runs early this season. A tough time up in Toronto. 3 runs last night to start off this series. Morneau on the bench.
Swing and a miss.
Probably the best changeup right there that CC Sabathia has thrown all night. A little what you were used to seeing in spring training and last year. Good changeup, middle, down, has a little finish away. Young swing right over the top.
With 1 out in the second, Jason Kubel single to right. Danny Valencia single to left. Then CC said enough. He has retired 15 in a row since then. As the pitch to Kadire is low.
Saw pitching coach Larry Rothschild on the phone to the bullpen. Looks like we might have a little activity with the pitch count creeping up around 100. David Robertson going to get loose. With all those numbers you just mentioned, Michael, you could tell by the body language and look on CC's face. He's not 100% happy with his location tonight. He's getting away with it. 2-hit shutout.
Strike. And the 2-1. Grounded sharply to second, but right there is Cano to retire Kadire. .65 strikes, 35 balls, adding up to 100 pitches for Sabathia. David Robertson getting ready. Count 1-0. Skied the other way, giving chase Andrew Jones on the run toward the line. And he can't make the play and gets showered with some French fries.
French fries or chicken nuggets. Sliding into the wall in foul territory. Those are chicken nuggets.
Oh,
onion rings. Onion rings. We're both wrong.
Oh, it's like the Olympic rings right there. Oh, that is a tough loss for that gentleman. Oh. Popped up. go for Sabathia as he continues to deal. The end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. Yankees lead 4-0, but stay right where you are as we will honor America here in the Bronx. Yankee Stadium. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Yankees are up 4-0 over the Twins. Here's the famous onion ring slide. And in yes mode, even more painful because you know those onion rings rock. You know how good they are, and they end up on the warning track. It's sad. In between innings, they get all picked up. Now, I wonder if they'll be eaten.
Oh. So the 5-second rule, it was longer than that, wasn't it?
What, and was it 5? I always thought it was 3 seconds, and then you had to kiss it up to God.
Now, the Flaherty House, it's 5 seconds.
Cadillac scoreboard 4-0. It's interesting. So 6 seconds would actually taint the food, but 5, it's fine. Those onion rings just look like 3 more zeros that CC put up on the board.
Saw how you did that.
The 1-2. Still 1-2. Martin today grounded to short and struck out.
CC's only given up 2 hits. He's not giving up a run. Rafael Soriano getting loose in the Yankee pen.
2-2. Yankees got 3 runs in the first inning. Just tuned in. You missed the 3-run home run by Mark Teixeira's 4th home run of the year. And then a solo shot by Andrew Jones in the 2nd inning. Hey, follow the New York Yankees with the MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Yankees.com for details. Let me get that on my iPad, John. So I can have that right here and follow all the other games.
Why don't we worry about this game?
I worry about a lot of things. I worry about a lot of things in life. And I want to see what's going on in other stadiums. You know, you got to practice what you preach, Mr. Flaherty. You're already preparing for the Red Sox series.
Well, that was before the game.
But still, you have about this one.
Prep. I'm locked in on this game. You sometimes I feel like you're working with your iPad instead of me as your partner here in the booth.
It's an outrage, is what it is. That's what that statement was. Never been more heard. Go 1-1. Foul away.
The big swing from Andrew Jones hit a solo home run. His first at bat as a Yankee. Turned it loose there in a 1-1 fastball.
Foul back. This copyright telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Russell Martin taking a little false step over there at first base. Leading the Yankees in stolen bases early in the year with 2. We saw the delay steal last night. Didn't realize he was that much of an aggressive base runner playing for the Dodgers. Paying a lot of attention. Rare that a catcher would receive that much attention on the base paths. Now he's frisky on the bases now, John. I wonder that as the season wears on, if all of a sudden some of the life leaves his legs and he's not going to run that much. Strike 3. Andrew Jones down looking.
Seen this a few times from Dunsing. He'll kind of throw over to first base 2 times in a row and then do a quick pitch to home. He freezes Jones with fastball in the inner half. Picked up a couple of strikeouts looking with the right-handed batters with the same pitch. Fastball right on the inside corner.
Here's Granderson. Granderson has flied out twice, once to center and once to right. Had that big home run on opening day against the Tigers. Broke a 3-3 tie. Came against Phil Koch. Strike.
Just watching Martin take his lead, you could tell he's thinking about trying to get a jump over there. Unusual for seeing a catcher having a mindset.
One, two. Still 1-2. Dunsing about to throw his 100th pitch. You had 10 stolen bases in your career, John.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So you ran a little.
What's my career high? San Diego? 3?
You had 4 in San Diego.
Selling myself short.
A very strange percentage, John. I just looked it up on my iPad. You got caught stealing 19 times.
Sometimes when you have the speed, you try to force the action a little bit, and it doesn't work out for you.
Two. Swing and a miss. Granderson down on strikes. John, you got to be impressed by the way Dunsing bounced back from those first 2 innings.
I think Ron Gardenhire and the staff in Minnesota will be impressed too. I mean, saving the bullpen if nothing else, giving up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. It's really been a better mix of breaking balls, fastballs inside, using the whole plate ever since the 3rd inning.
Here's Derek. He walked and scored in the first, single to center in the second, and then grounded to short in the 5th. Maurer wants to talk with Dunsing.
Pitch count over 100. You mentioned he'd had a long time in between starts. His last spring training start and this, his first start of the regular season. A lot of conversations going on in the Twin dugout.
Grounded softly towards second. And that will do it here in the 7th. So the leadoff walk did not hurt Dunsing. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Traffic outside Yankee Stadium as the Yankees are leading this one 4-0 as we head to the 8th. is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World. And by Toyota, the official hybrid of the New York Yankees. Well, you can't ask for much more from CC Sabathia. 7 innings, 2 hits, did not allow a run. Now in the 8th inning, they turn it over to Rafael Soriano.
We saw Soriano last night in the 8th inning in a 1-run game. Kind of surprised he's in this game with a 4-0 lead. Joe Girardi giving his setup man another inning of work here.
And he makes the call to the bullpen, does Girardi, and it's brought to you by AT&T. So Sabathia retires the final 17 in a row as Soriano deals outside 1-0 to Valencia. 2 games so far, allowed 1 hit in 2 innings and struck out 2. He throws strikes, but the thing that you notice about him, he never throws a strike over the plate. He works the corners and right at the knees. Brett Gardner takes over in left field for Andrew Jones. The 2-0. 3-0.
As good as we saw Soriano last night, like you mentioned, Michael, throwing the ball right on the corners. When he missed, it was just off. Kind of strange to see him fall behind in the count 3-0.
Nips the corner there. Now, you know, having Soriano is a completely new experience for Girardi, and we're learning how he's going to use him as well. And I guess we were both a little surprised to see him, but you know, he doesn't have to come in a save situation to pitch the 8th inning, and it's a close game. So Girardi's thoughts are, let me put a 0 up here in the 8th, and then I'll deal with the 9th after that.
The leadoff walk he's not going to be real pleased with, as Mariano starting to stir in the Yankee pen. I guess when David Robertson got up in the 7th, I thought we might see him in the 8th with a 4-0 lead, but Joe Girardi going to his setup man. You can't argue with that move.
Well, here is Justin Morneau to pinch hit for Repko. Morneau yesterday with 2 hits. Breaking ball for a strike.
Another twin hitter who had a tough series up in Toronto, Morneau, but picked up a couple of hits last night. Now a tough pinch hit appearance against Soriano here in the 8th.
Paid attendance here at the stadium, 40,267. The 0-2. Seems very stoic on the mound. Face does not betray much emotion. John said yesterday he dictates the pace out there. Very deliberate. And does not have nearly the command that he's had in his previous 2 outings for the Yankees. Count 2-2.
Looks to be working a little bit quicker tonight than he did last night, and missing up with some fastballs. Threw a slider first pitch for a strike, and then it's been all fastballs after that. We'll see maybe if he goes back to the slider again.
Alex gives it a look. It's out of play. pitch. And the count now full at 3-2. And Alexi Casilla is on deck.
Really the first signs of life for the Minnesota Twins tonight. CC Sabathia was in total control, though his location was not great. Leadoff walk and a 3-2 count to Morneau.
Off-speed pitch is slapped to right as Nick Swisher runs it down for the first out. Tonight and throughout the Yankee season, yes, we're asking you to vote along with us for the Chevy Play of the Game. Text your vote to 58772 or vote online at YankesNetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are number 1, CC Sabathia, number 2, Mark Teixeira, number 3, Andrew Jones, and number 4, Nick Swisher. Vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rate supply. So again, Gardenhire will go to his bench and bring up Jim Thome.
Thome had the start last night, had a double and a couple RBIs for the Twins. It's 1 hit on the season. Double to right center last night.
.589 home runs for the veteran left-handed slugger. Trying to become the 8th man in big league history to hit 600 or more home runs. Well, Yankee robe action.
Pitch, that's more like the fastball we saw last night. And you see Jim Thome behind Alex Rodriguez, 615 to 589. Active career leaders.
1,204 home runs between the two of them. And the pitch. Check swing and fouled away.
Good pitch from Soriano. A little slider, dropped it in there for a strike. And talking to Jim Thome before the game, he was mentioning how well he sees the ball here at the new Yankee Stadium with that background, the dark background in center field. Some pretty good swings last night.
At the start of the game that the wind is blowing out toward right, and that was the same deal on Sunday, and people really took advantage of it. But both home runs today have been to left. Nobody's been able to get the ball up in the air to the extent that it would travel into the seats and right. You see those flags in left pointing straight out to right field. Glenn Perkins, the left-hander, now joins Jeff Manship in the Twins bullpen. Count 3-2.
Been a consistent pattern for Soriano in this inning, missing with the fastballs up and away to the lefties. Really the one pitch he has been able to throw for a strike consistently has been the slider.
Just missed outside. So the second walk issued by Soriano, and now Rothschild wants to get Mariano throwing.
Boone Logan.
And David Robertson, so they don't want to go more than one inning with Mo. Matt Tolbert will pinch run for Tomei. And that's going to bring up Denard Span. So the first base runners for the Twins since the second inning. Let's see if they can take advantage of it against Soriano. Pitch low and inside. You can see some frustration there by Soriano. How he snapped at the ball. And he's working much quicker than he normally does. Right on the rubber, taking the sign from Martin. Strike.
It's a high strike called. And that's where he's been pretty consistent with the fastball up in the zone. Span, a tough guy to double up, obviously runs well, leadoff hitter. Soriano, take your chances, try to get a ground ball.
Wrapped into left field. It's a base hit in front of Gardner. Runners had to hold up to see if he was going to make the play, and the bases are loaded.
A nice piece of hitting by Span. I'm kind of surprised Brett Gardner being that aggressive out in left field with a 4-0 lead. Span shoots it the other way, and Gardner does a nice job just keeping it in front. Didn't think he had a play off the bat. Most important thing, keeps it in front. Bases loaded, 1 out. Nice piece of hitting, drops in front of Gardner. And Valencia only able to advance to third.
So now the base is loaded, and Soriano will face Nishioka. That's his best fastball of the night, 92 miles an hour. He throws it for a strike. He's at 25 pitches. Boone Logan and David Robertson. Reaching back now with the bases loaded.
First pitch fastball down, second one around the letters up by Nishioka. Stay away from that slider down and in, give him a chance to pull the ball.
Strike three. Nishioka down looking. 3 straight 92-mile-an-hour fastballs. Now let's manage. You got Joe Mauer coming up who could tie the game, and let's look at this strike 3 call. And you've got Boone Logan ready, and you've got a guy who could get out righties or lefties, and it did hit the outside corner. It looks like Joe's going to stay with Soriano against Mauer.
Well, this is his inning. He got himself into some trouble with a couple of walks and a base hit. He got a big strikeout of Nishioka. And Joe Girardi, the manager, is going to let him try to work his way out of trouble here with the very, very dangerous Joe Mauer. Joe looks a little concerned.
Count 1-0 to Mauer. Mauer against Sabathia walked, struck out looking, and grounded to short. Valencia at third, Tolbert at second, Span is at first. Count 1-1.
A little more life on the fastball the last few, although the location still, again, not as good as it was the first 2 appearances we've seen from Soriano. A lot more balls in the middle of the plate.
Mauer 1 for 13 in the early going. Best velocity fastball there, but it didn't hit the spot. Count 2-1. With 30 pitches and the Yankees don't have a day off until Monday, you've probably eliminated Soriano from pitching tomorrow. They just want him to get out of the 8th and they'll worry about tomorrow. The 2-1. 3-1, and there's no place to put Mauer. Delman Young is on deck.
Russell Martin's going to go out and have a conversation. Last 2 fastballs supposed to be away, and they've been yanked down and in. I don't think Soriano's going to come with a fastball away, and you take your chances. Force Mauer to hit the ball the other way to the big part of the ballpark.
Bases loaded, 2 grand slams, lifetime. Just missed outside. Soriano stares in. Mauer takes first. That forces in a run. That forces the hand of Joe Girardi. He does not want Soriano's pitch count to go higher than this, and he's going to go to the bullpen. So David Robertson's going to have to face Delman Young with the bases loaded. The tying runs are now on base. Yankee lead is 4-1. We're in the top of the 8th. Stay right here. Against the Twins, join Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry back in the studio for the WB Mason postgame. They'll have highlights and analysis from this game and around the rest of the majors as well. Plus, Kimberly Jones gets the team's quotes from the clubhouse. It's all coming up later, only on Yes. So now the game gets tight. Tying runs are on base. The go-ahead run is coming to the plate. That's Delman Young. And David Robertson comes in and inherits a sweaty situation on a chilly night in the Bronx.
Yeah, tough situation for Robertson. He's had 1 game so far, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. But you got Young, who's a very aggressive hitter. Bases loaded and 2 outs. You want to come out of the bullpen throwing strikes. But you know you have a hitter here who will expand the strike zone if you let him. Tough spot for David Robertson.
I told you earlier, he did great with runners in scoring position. 355, 5th best in the majors. And he takes a pitch outside from Robertson. So a game that seems so firmly in hand, with Sabathia dominating through 7, has gotten a little bit nerve-wracking here in the 8th. Down 1-1.
David Robertson not shying away. Came right at Delman Young with a good fastball down and away as Soriano looking on with some interest with his runners on base, and Mariano starting to get loose in the pen.
The 1-1. Fastball missed outside.
Here you go. If you're Young, you got a 1-0 fastball. You got to be expecting David Robertson to throw a 2-1 fastball. Bases loaded and 2 outs. See if he's ready for it.
3-1. 3 walks by Soriano, now a 3-1 count on Delman Young with David Robertson on the mound. And now the count full. So that's going to release the runners with the bases loaded, 2 outs and a 3-2 count.
Throwing all fastballs to Delman Young. We know David Robertson has a fantastic curveball. Obviously a very gutsy pitch if he decides to throw at 3-2. He'd have to throw it for a strike.
The runners go. The 3-2. Popped up. Shallow right. Going to be a tough play. Nick Swisher cannot make the play. And that is going to tie the game. 3-run score on the double by Delman Young. And the Yankees' 4-0 lead is gone. It's a 4-4 game.
David Robertson came right at Delman Young, that hole at bat, fastball after fastball. Challenging him, and he doesn't hit it well. He just drops it in front of Nick Swisher in right field. We have a tie ball game. Again, a fastball up on a 3-2 count, just blocks it off the other way. Nick Swisher's not going to be able to get there. Tries to keep it in front, cannot. Joe Mauer, who was on the move on the 3-2 count, scores all the way from first base.
Pitch to Kadire is inside 1-0.
Brian Dunsing, who's a gritty left-hander today, off the hook now.
CC Sabathia loses his opportunity to pick up a win. Count 1-1. If you look ahead to the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Swisher, Teixeira, and A-Rod. And Matt Capps, last year's closer, is going to come on and pitch the 8th. Martin wants to talk with Robertson. Boone Logan continues to throw. If Robertson doesn't get Kadire, they'll bring in Logan to face Jason Kubel. The 1-2. Throws the breaking ball, and Kadire swings over the top. But the damage is done. 4 runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, no errors, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-4 game. of the game.
Mark Teixeira in the first inning, your Land Rover drive of the game, a 3-run shot, put the Yankees on the board early, his 4th home run of the year. The Land Rover drive of the game.
Well, Mark is on deck. His 3-run home run held up until the 8th. Matt Capps, who is now the setup man for Joe Nathan. He was the closer last year when Nathan was recovering from Tommy John surgery. Re-signed here with Minnesota, knowing that that would be his role. 1-year, $7 million deal. And he comes on in relief of Brian Dunsing, and will face Swisher, Teixeira, and A-Rod. Pitch is high.
Nick having a good night. 2 of the 6 hits for the Yankees.
Grounded to second. There's one away. You see that Morneau has taken over at first base. And Kadire, who had played first, moves to right field. And Tolbert takes over at short. There's Kadire out in right. And Matt Tolbert at short.
Good sinking fastball from Capps. So Nick Swisher rollover sinker. Mark Teixeira has been red hot, 4 home runs already.
High drive, right field. Kadire on the track will make the play.
Didn't have that good sound to it. You wonder maybe if it was a broken bat. Mark hoping for a little help with the wind blowing out to right field on Yesmo. We get a good look at it. Just in on the hands just a little bit.
So Mark 1 for 4 tonight. And here's Alex Rodriguez. He's 1 for 3. Capps deals a strike. 4-4 game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Twins are looking to break out of their slumber here in the Bronx, and usually they falter late. This time they put 4 on the board in the 8th inning. But their task has not been completed as of yet.
Alex had a nice at bat. His last at bat, a line drive to right field. Mentioned Capps in that sinker. A lot of balls going to be running inside to Alex Rodriguez. See if he cheats a little bit in there.
High fly ball, right field. Coming in is Kadire, and Capps works a 1-2-3 8th inning. But the Yankees are going to win this game. It's going to have to be in walk-off fashion. They're tied as they go to the 9th, and Mo's warming. Don't miss WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show as the skipper talks about this series with the Twins and looks ahead to this weekend's battle with Boston. Plus, his answers to your questions submitted on YesNetwork.com. The Joe Girardi Show tonight after the postgame only on Yes. Mariano Rivera, his 4th game of the year. 3 saves. This is not a save opportunity. The Yankees are in a tie game. 2 1/3. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Jason Kubel had a hit against Mariano last night. 4 for 7 in his career. That 1 home run, a grand slam. And a strike.
Kubel faced Mariano last night. Had a base hit off of him.
The 0-2.
Like that pitch from Mariano right there. Kubel has good numbers, hit a lot of fastballs down in the zone. Mariano tried to elevate.
Driven out into right center field. He continues to dominate Rivera. Picks up another hit. So a leadoff single for Kubel.
It's hard to explain, and Kubel has mentioned or talked about it. He said he doesn't hit him that well as far as hitting a lot of balls hard. Gets in on his hands, and he just fights it off to right center field. Another base hit for Jason Kubel against Mariano Rivera.
Well, let's see if the Twins play some small ball. Danny Valencia. Will he bunt? Alex Rodriguez thinks he will. He is on the grass at 3rd. Now he backs up a bit. Not bunting. Takes a strike.
We got a fastball right down the middle, and Valencia faced Mariano last night. Actually hit the ball hard that Alex Rodriguez made a nice play to his right to end the game.
Now you might wonder, well, what's the rhyme or reason in a game that you want to win, 9th inning, not bunting Danny Valencia? And the rhyme or reason, the only thing that I could think is that you have one of your better hitters on deck in Justin Morneau, and you know if you bunt, in all likelihood they're going to intentionally walk him and you lose his bat. And then you'll have Matt Tolbert up with runners on 1st and 2nd and 1 out. Gardner took over the Twins in 2002. One-two pitch. Weak hack. He goes around for the first out.
A nice combination from Mariano. A little cutter down and away, and then he follows it up with a sinker inside, and it keeps running off the plate. Valencia cannot hold up.
So here's Morneau, who pinch hit in the 8th inning and flied out to right. Chad back. Mo goes to 2nd, 1. That's all they'll get.
Play by Mariano, shatters the bat, but makes sure that he gets the out at 2nd. Did not rush the throw. Could be a tough play to double up Morneau. Was not hit well. Takes his time, a little pro hop, and an accurate throw to Derek Jeter.
So Morneau is at first with 2 outs. That's going to bring up Matt Tolbert. Tolbert had pinch run for Jim Thome in the 8th inning. Only man left on Gardenhire's bench is the second catcher, Drew Butera.
Tolbert has never faced Mariano Rivera. Had a good look at that cutter, a little half swing. The cutter down and in.
The closer, Joe Nathan. With this game, Mariano has now pitched in 982 games, and that ties Todd Jones for 16th place on baseball's all-time games pitched list. Swing and a miss. He made 2 batters in that inning look awfully silly. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Is there room for pie on a Tuesday night in New York? Bottom of the 9th coming up. Walk-off here. It all started with a walk-off weekend against the Twins here at the stadium. Melky Cabrera got the first one. The next day, Alex Rodriguez made it 2. And then in the final game, it was Johnny Damon. A lot of pie on that weekend in May against the Twins. Is there a walk-off tonight? Robinson Cano against Matt Capps. High fly ball, left field. Delman Young puts it away for the first out. Now in 2009, the Yankees had 17 walk-off wins, including playoffs. And last year it was down to 5. Here's Jorge Posada, 2 home runs Sunday, a home run yesterday. He's 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts and a double play ground ball. 4-4 game.
It's so hard as a hitter when you get in this situation not to try to do too much. You know, one swing of the bat and the game is over. Force yourself to think middle of the field. If you get a pitch to drive, so be it. But Capps has a good sinker, run it away from you.
Slow roller in front of the plate. And Mauer makes the play for the second out.
It's a sinker we're talking about from Matt Capps. Get a good movement away. Jorge Posada a little bit early, rolls over the top of it. An easy play for Maurer.
Here's Russell Martin. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Count 0-1.
Tough pitch right there to Russell Martin. Caps has been throwing sinkers for the 2 innings he's been in there, and he dropped a nasty slider first pitch on Russell Martin.
Another one and count 0-2. Boone Logan in the Yankee pen. Red Sox just lost to the Indians 3-1, so Boston off to an 0-4 start this year. The 1-2. 2-2. The pitch. Ground ball right side. Nishioka. We have extra innings as the Yankees go down in order here in the ninth. What was once a 4-0 Yankee lead now turns into a 10th inning game at 4-4. Has us in extra innings here as the Yankee bullpen doesn't have that much left. Jabba Chamberlain pitched yesterday. He's still out there. You've got Bartolo Colon, Luis Ayala. Both of them pitched on Saturday. Ayala pitched on Saturday. Colon pitched on Sunday. They did not pitch great. And now Luis Ayala takes the ball and he's about to warm up. So they've used Robertson, Soriano, Rivera, and now Boone Logan. This will be Logan's second game. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And he'll face the top of the order. A lefty, a switch hitter, and a lefty. Span, Nishioka, and Maurer. On the bench, Drew Butera, and you're not going to use him because he's the only other catcher you have on the bench. So not many moves available for Gardner. He's got plenty of arms left in the bullpen, though. Span fouls it away.
Obviously, a key this inning, trying to keep Span off base, a guy who can steal a bag, 26 stolen bases last year. Pressure on Boone Logan to throw strikes, challenge him early in the count. He did that with strike one.
Span 1 for 4 today. High fly ball down the left field line. Gardner runs out of room. You can recap the scoring fairly quickly in this one. A 3-run home run by Teixeira in the first, a solo home run by Andrew Jones in the second against Brian Dunsing. Then zeros across for CC Sabathia through 7, and then Rafael Soriano came on to pitch the 8th inning. Did not have the same stuff that he's had previously. A walk to Valencia, 1 out later, another walk to, or should I say, a walk to Valencia, then a walk to Tomei. Single to Span to load the bases. Nishioka struck out. A bases loaded walk to Maurer to make it 4-1. Then David Robertson came in. Delman Young blooped a double to right field, clearing the bases, tying the score at 4. And that quick turn of events has this game in the 10th inning now.
Now a huge pitch coming up from Boone Logan against Denard Span. 3-2. Nobody out here leading off the 10th inning. A lot of pressure for Logan to throw the ball over the plate, force some contact.
And he doesn't. He walks him, and that is a recipe for trouble for Boone Logan as Denard Span now can run.
The same situation we were talking about with the Twins last inning with Morneau on deck. Now it's Joe Mauer on deck. Nishioka, will he sacrifice bunt? Alex Rodriguez way in on the grass at third base, expecting the bunt.
And he bunts back to the screen.
Obviously, we have not seen a lot of Nishioka playing in Japan. But he tried to push that bunt towards Mark Teixeira.
Count 0-2.
Well, he was a fine hitter over in Japan, but he doesn't look real comfortable trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt. A lot of movement. He's kind of stabbing at the baseball with his bat. From behind him, the count 0-2, frustrated with himself.
And he serves that one into right field for a base hit. Denard Span's going for third. The throw is cut off by Jeter, and the Twins are set up. Runners on the corners and nobody out.
How many times do you see it? Somebody trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt, does not look comfortable doing it. And then he gets a gift from Boone Logan on an 0-2 count. It's a fastball out over the plate, and he just serves it the other way. Boone Logan was trying to go up and in with a fastball, did not locate, and pays the price. First and third, nobody out. Span, who we talked about, he runs well, stole 26 bases last year. He doesn't even hesitate in the third day season.
So Span is at third. Nishioka is at first, and now Joe Mauer at the plate. Mauer 2 walks today, 0 for 2. Yankees bring the infield in. They need to cut off the run. Pitch is outside.
Tough spot for Boone Logan here with Joe Mauer, although he's only hitting .077. You want to get that ground ball, you got to run a fastball in on his hands or a slider down and away.
Count 1-1 with the fastball.
A lot of left-handed hitters will look out over the plate against left-handed pitching. If Boone Logan can run a fastball in on his hands, he could get that ground ball to Robinson Cano or Derek Jeter.
And there's a base hit through the drawn-in infield. Span scores, moving to second. Nishioka RBI single from Mauer, and the Twins lead 5-4.
See what Boone Logan was trying to do with Russell Martin. Go inside with the fastball, and it gets in there. Pretty good pitch. Mauer breaks his bat and just fights it off. Hits it in the perfect spot. Just to Robinson Cano's left. RBI base hit. Twins have the lead.
Joe Girardi's going to go to the bullpen. He'll bring on the right-hander Luis Ayala as they try to hold the Twins right here at 5-4. Runners on first and second. Delman Young coming up.
When golfing legend Tom Watson sits down for a new GMC Presents Center Stage with Michael Kay. From his 39 PGA Tour titles to his friendly rivalry with Jack Nicklaus, Watson discusses 4 decades as a pro. Center Stage, Tom Watson premieres tomorrow at 11 o'clock, only on Yes.
He evaluates my golf grip.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that criticism. Have you ever picked up a golf club in your life?
Once, really. I've golfed once when I was about 20.
How'd that go?
Not very well. Here's Luis Ayala. Quick ground ball to third. There's one. On to first, a double play. One pitch, and Ayala gets 2 outs.
Saw Ayala in spring training, a nice little 3/4 arm angle. Has a good running fastball in on the left, in on the righties, away from the lefties. In between hop for Alex Rodriguez, stays with it. Robinson Cano comes in front of second base, the easy turn. It's 5-4-3 double play.
Here's Kadire.
Big run at third base for the Twins. Joe Nathan in the bullpen picked up a save in Toronto, but labored through a tough inning.
That's why it's so important to keep it right here and not give up any more, because you don't know what Nathan has. Pitching on a cold night, coming back from Tommy John surgery. His velocity is not what it was before the injury.
And the Yankees have had success against him even when he was healthy. Does not quite have that intimidation factor coming out of the pen.
Now Ayala made this team out of spring training. Was a non-roster player and caught the Yankees' eye, and then the injury to Feliciano opened up a spot. And here he is, the 1-2. Throwing hard, 93 miles an hour.
And it's a tough at bat for a right-hander. I mean, running that fastball in on their hands, and then he can drop a slider on you to try to pick up a strikeout. But it looks like he's got good life, good velocity with that sinker. Getting some uncomfortable swings.
Count 2-2 to Kadire. Kadire 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, popped to second and grounded to second. If you look ahead to the bottom of the 10th, it's going to be Gardner, Granderson, and Jeter against Joe Nathan. 2-2. Just missed.
Fans wanted the call from Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire. It's off the plate away.
Three-two. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Said Vanover. So Kadire walks, keeping the inning alive.
Take a look from the side. Kadire and a fastball inside. He holds up. Slider missed away. Sinker off the plate in. He did not swing. Good call by Larry Vanover.
Now here's the tough Jason Kubel. Twins 6-31 here at the stadium under Gardenhire. That includes the postseason. 4-26 in the regular season. The 0-1. 1-1. That's called Pavano. That call's going to start tomorrow against Freddie Garcia. Tomorrow night we'll have the game here on 6 o'clock BP show, 6:30 pregame, and right around 7:07, 7:08 with the first pitch. Garcia's first Yankee start. This is what's available on the bench for Girardi. Eric Chavez, Eduardo Nunez, and the second Yankee catcher, Gustavo Molina. I don't think there's anybody there that would be pinch hit for. You've got Gardner, Granderson, and Jeter coming up, so no pinch hit candidates there, especially against the righty. Runner goes, 1-2, line drive, caught at the shoe tops by Robinson Cano, but the Twins take the lead. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Yanks down by 1. Friday night when they host a rematch with the rival Knicks. Complete coverage starts at 6:30 with the Nets pregame. Then Chris Carino and Jim Spinarkle bring you the courtside call. Knicks Nets. It all starts Friday at 6:30 and it's right here on Yes. All right, so the Yankees have to rally here in the bottom of the 10th. The game they led 4-0. Going into the 8th inning, they now trail 5-4. Going into the bottom of the 10th, and they will face Joe Nathan, who had Tommy John surgery and missed all of last year. Those are his numbers. He picked up his first save against the Blue Jays, and that's the Twins' only win this year, and that was a little bit of a sweaty save. Against the Yankees, he's never had that much success. 0-3, 4.20 ERA in 16 games.
Coming back from Tommy John surgery, had a rough spring training as well, an ERA over 9. It'll be very interesting to pay attention to see what kind of stuff he has here in the 10th inning.
He hurt himself on March 6th of 2010 against the Red Sox. He had the surgery on March 26th. And Gardner takes a strike.
Brett Gardner has faced Joe Nathan one time and does have a base hit.
Yankees would like to get him on. The way the Twins got Denard Span on, that opens up many options for them.
Michael, the first thing you look at, velocity for Nathan, about 89 with that fastball. We're used to seeing him when he was healthy in the mid-90s.
1-1. There's a strike at 91 miles an hour.
Obviously, that velocity will get better as he gets a little further away from that surgery and get into the warmer months during the summer.
Impressive to be back in about a year. Used to take longer than that. Usually you were closing in on a year and a half after that surgery, but they know the rehab now, what to do, and the surgery has been pretty much perfected, so a year out. And here he is on the mound. Slap toward third, Valencia. In the dirt and scooped up beautifully by Morneau. for the first out. That would have been disastrous if it got past him. But Morneau made the scoop right into the runner as well.
Yeah, Valencia kind of takes his time, a little crow hop. Brett Gardner always hustling down the line. A nice play by Morneau.
Check it out on the Coors Light freeze cam. Ball hits glove, will freeze it. Oh yeah, he's out by playing. Here's Curtis Granderson. Count 1-0.
Great numbers against Nathan. 8 for 17 in his career with a home run.
Count 2-0. There's a strike.
Tough pitch right there to Curtis Granderson. 2-0. Fastball perfectly located down and away. 471 batting average, career against Nathan with that home run. No Joe Nathan knows those numbers.
The 2-1. Grounded to second. Yankees down to their final out. That's going to bring up Derek Jeter. Derek walked in the first and scored, singled in second, grounded to short, and grounded to second. So 3 hits in the early going this year. Jeter 1 for 4 against Nathan. Lifetime. And the count 1-0. And the count 2-0.
Derek trying to get on here in the 10th inning to extend this ball game. Be a tough loss for the Yankees if he can't do that. Had 4-0 in the 8th inning when your bullpen is supposed to be the strength of your club. The Twins, who have had such a tough time winning here in New York, didn't have a whole lot going on for the first 7 innings.
2-1. Nathan's been one of the best active saves leaders. He's got 248. Rivera at the top of the list by a lot, 562. And now the Yankees are down to their final strike. Just 1 strike away, and you wonder how uneasy the Twins are, because they've had so many awful things happen to them against the Yankees, especially here in the Bronx. So I don't think that Ron Gardenhire is going to exhale until he gets that final out. The 2-2. Count full. Swisher with power on deck. Jeter just trying to get on. Driven the other way, foul. And Nathan deals. Again, Jeter stays alive.
Back-to-back fastballs to Derek Jeter. Nathan coming right at him. Tried to get him earlier in the at-bat with that front hip slider.
Swing and a miss, he got him. And the Twins win 5-4. Joe Nathan works a 1-2-3 10th inning. And Delman Young with the big hit, a bases loaded double to tie the game at 4. That was in the 8th inning. And then they score a run in the 10th to win this one 5-4. Stick around for the postgame show to find out who's tonight's Chevy player of the game. The battle with Jeter is won by Nathan. Blew a high fastball right by the Yankee captain. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment.